Yeah.
It
Won't be
won't be
long.
long. It
It
won't
won't
be
be
long.
long.
And it seems like forever.
Forever. Darling.
And I'm out of my mind,
Out of my mind.
baby, cause I'm missing you now.
Oh,
And it's driving me
crazy.
cause I'm missing my baby.
Oh.
Tony, you still frozen or you with us, boo boo? Blink. You gonna have to blink. No, she can't blink. It's all right. Hey, everybody.
Blink once if you need help.
Just call 911. Call Tyrone. Call somebody. Somebody gotta come help
You
that girl.
better call Tyrone.
I do.
Call him. Tell him, come on, help you with your interwebs.
Interwebs. Fuck is up?
The interwebs. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Guys.
Welcome to another special night full of bullshit. I'm in love. I am in love. I actually like the little logo right here.
You in love? Oh, me?
I said the logo.
Oh, you pointing at me, baby. You better get it right.
I'm not pointing. You're this way.
No, first of all, it's opposite. It's opposite. So, love you.
Oh, is it?
Not you.
Tony, this should be your intro.
And it's crazy. You ain't nothing like the boy. I don't wanna work this out 'cause I'm tired of fighting. And I really hope you don't meet the way I want you. Said I really wanna work this out.
That's the cover. They can't blast us for the cover. That's the cover.
Why would that be her?
You ain't hit. I don't know. Let's play. We're gonna
get
play the real one, and we do not own the rights to this song. Neither do we. I don't know what to say, but we don't own the rights to this song. But we're gonna play this shit anyway. If you got a problem, holla at Tony. Her email account is toniqua@shiggles.com.
Absolutely. It's absolutely not an account, but it should be.
Now, my man let me borrow this song, though. Yeah, he let me borrow this song. Now, I'm not even going to play it. It took too long. It's over. It's over now.
Yeah. It's over. It's over now.
It's over now. Ooh, I can sing tonight. For something happened. For some reason, I can sing tonight. I don't know what it is.
For some reason, you got your ears clogged and you hearing Okay. All right.
Sure.
You know how they say, oh, you got the pipes on you? Your pipes just burst.
Whoa, I do not got the pipes on me. Nobody has ever said that to me in my life.
The pipes on your back. Bling, bling, bling,
bling, that was crazy. You like doubled down on that one. It was like, all right. Tony, we don't even know if you're okay, Tony.
You're gonna have to blink as soon as you see that you're moving on screen. Just stop blinking so we know that you're alive.
Right. Do the Tourette's blink.
Didn't we have to send a welfare checkup the last time?
I think so.
Like we're gonna send the cops to your house if you don't cut it out. Whatever.
Oh man.
Whatever.
Okay, we don't even know her. We don't even need her. She doesn't even go here.
I don't even know who that is.
I can't ridiculous.
Yeah.
And this is after she restart her interwebs.
Wow. I think she's officially an AI. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we replaced Tony with an AI. I mean, it's the wave of the future. We up on it. We early. Working out the kinks.
Working out how to be kinky.
Ooh.
I like being kinky.
Tony, anything is possible besides your goddamn internet. I'll tell you that much, okay?
We should get tattoos. I can do all things through Christ, except get Tony good internet. Amen.
Yeah, I see you in hell, baby.
Yeah, I mean it's warm.
Save me a seat because I might be healthier than you. So yeah.
Healthier?
Yeah.
Why? Because it takes less time for your organs to pump blood throughout your system. No,
I actually move my body throughout the day. That's
Oh, you're trying to say I'm fat and lazy? Well, I know that, and I'm about to eat mad shit. So.
I don't know about the lazy part. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just fat.
Yeah,
So I'm fat and not lazy. That's kind of
weird. But when you see, first of all, it's not fat because you're not lazy. So it's just you're just big boned.
No, my bones are normal size bones. It has a lot of fat around the bones.
You gotta let me bone you first, and then I'll be the judge of that.
Oh my God, you're here! Hi.
We know that.
Everyone, give it up for this girl. Don't even know her name anymore, because
not even. I heard she's giving it up for everyone.
I see what you did there. I see what you did. You know what I think? I think from now on we need to log on at like 8:55 to try to get the kinks out.
Who's we? We be logging on at 8:55, man.
Mama
log on at 8:45.
It is 9:14, and you just got your interwebs together.
Yeah.
So I need you to calm it all the way the fuck down. Like I said,
she's been on air since 8:45. Yo, that's what's crazy.
And then so that means she needs an additional 15 minutes. So she needs to get on at 8:30 and work out the motherfucking kinks. Is what I'm saying. Okay, don't come for me unless I send for you, boo.
You motherfucker.
Like I said, because you see, I may have been late.
I will talk to you after the show. I will talk to you after the show. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
You can talk to me.
Enough.
Because first of all, I may have logged on late, but clearly
may
I
have
was here on
you
time.
can't put the air quotes on late.
But clearly I was here on time.
Right.
Hey everybody. Welcome to the shit show.
Yeah.
And little Miss Saucy need to get her shit together.
Ooh.
Stop popping shit, and I will.
Oh, I like this. This is gonna be good.
It is what it is.
Good.
The only person I saw when I entered onto this platform was the little tiny one.
Oh, come on.
Because you were a circle.
I was just, you know what?
Why is my phone doing this now?
Stop it. Why is it doing it now?
You need to, you know what? I think your interweb is like a female about to have sex. Like you can't just insert and go. You can't just log on and go.
I have to warm her up.
It up. You gotta warm that bitch up.
First of all, time out. If you're really trying to work it, then yeah. But otherwise,
get in and get out.
Get in and get out.
And why would you think that would be entertaining for anybody to hear?
First of all, it's not entertaining for anybody. It's entertaining for thy.
It's all about you.
No, wrong letter. It's all about I.
I don't know who taught you how to read. You still need to learn some things.
Yeah. Let's get this fucking show on the road. We've been waiting. We've been debating. Now we're about to get this motherfucking party started.
What did I do?
Trini, Tony, Cody. Trini, Tony, Cody.
We came for the shits and y'all came for the giggles. Welcome to Shigos. We came for the shits and y'all came for the giggles. Welcome to Shigos.
Like a concrete play.
That's your part, bro. I love that part. Hey, everybody. Hi.
It's good, y'all.
Welcome to the shit show.
Boom. Little fucking vibe. Hey.
Damn phone. Oh, there we go. All right.
Yeah. Well, let me introduce myself.
Uh-huh.
I go by the name of Shenny with the Henny.
Mm-hmm.
Always good and plenty.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't know, now you know, motherfuckers.
Yeah. All right. And I am Controversial Candy, and I take some getting used to.
Hello, everyone. I am Tony, aka The Sauce, because I just am.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of adult ages, adults of children ages, we are all here for the shits and for the giggles. So without further ado, we present to you the Shiggle Show.
Giggles. Tony, you here with us? You okay, Mamacita?
Yes, I'm trying to use my computer for other things because it doesn't want to work for the actual show. And every few seconds, I have to touch my screen of my phone because it goes dark and then I think it's going to end.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen.
A whole lot of technical issues today. It's so annoying.
We're going to work it through. One day, somebody going to pay us to do something, and we ain't going to have to worry about none of this because we're going to be in a studio, and they going to have that shit tight and right, and they going to have it together, and so it's neither going to matter. It's neither going to matter.
Yeah.
Feel me?
And I'm going to see a lot of y'all in the green room. Whoever want to come to the green room, just pull up. Yeah, I gotta have a green room so I can powder my nose.
Oh, you mean like when we have our show? I'm sorry. I started the drinking process, so you know how that goes. You know how that should go. Oh yeah, please. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Take a sip, take a puff. Whatever you do, as long as we do with you. Yay. That's right. Yes, manifest. I manifested some dick and it happened. I manifested some. Thank you. It's true, y'all. You believe in the power of manifestation for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
We're gonna go with it.
Production crew in development. Yes, honey. We with it.
Okay. Yes. Hey. Let's.
Thank you.
Why not, guys? Huh?
Manifest the D.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Please. Well. We're at that point where I would like to introduce the lovely, the ugly, the beautiful, the cantankerous Candy with the word of the day.
Word of the day. All right. Thank you. Word of the day today is indoctrinate. That is INDOCTRINATE. Indoctrinate. To often repeat an idea or belief to someone until they accept it without criticism or question. That is as per Cambridge Dictionary. Additionally, too, according to Googleette, indoctrinate means to teach or instruct.
Woo!
Teach to accept a set of beliefs uncritically. All right. Which leads us to our beautiful topic of today, which Tony the Sauce, will introduce us to. Hit it.
So today, boys and girls, we are talking about love and marriage. Is it a parent's job to teach their children how to be a spouse?
Such a good question. That question was brought to us by a viewer, Gary, Mr. Johnson, posed that question for us to answer. And I think it's a great question.
Fuck Gary, where he at, yo?
Gary should definitely be here, for sure. I told him, I reminded him.
Yo, viewers, I want you to act this motherfucker, man. Nah, I'm joking. Gary, I don't even know you like that to be even talking to you like that. I apologize. But I'll fuck you up, boy. Been off my meds for 2 days and I'll whoop that ass. Nah, God bless you. You're all right.
Whoop that trick. Yeah. All right, sorry.
You heard her.
All
Nah,
right.
shout out to Gary though. Shout out to Gary on some real shit. On some real shit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But fuck you.
Mm.
Yeah. Tony, like, yeah.
So what do you guys think?
Hmm.
What do you think, Shini,
Tony.
with the henny?
Oh, okay. Shannon with the honey.
See what I did there? Yeah. Wait, does your shirt say henny?
No, anything is possible.
You're so funny. I love it.
I
And
love
by
you too.
love it, I mean I vomit frequently in my mouth when I
Yeah.
think of you.
That's only because I made you gawk. Gawk.
I know you have never even done that to anybody.
Okay.
You know, you get ahead and they be whistling at the same time.
Well, stop. Hey, but she don't be whistling Dixie. She be whistling Dickie. So I don't even care what.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good one.
That was a good one.
Good one.
Yeah. But what was we
Agreed.
saying? Yo, who's laughing? Yo, what? Come on, bro.
Oh. Answer the people.
Yo, Lee, what the fuck, bro? Don't do that shit.
Answer
Man.
the people.
That's what we doing. The fucking Henny bottle is big as my torso. Okay. All right, gang. All right. So I think that's a beautiful topic. You know what I mean? And y'all know how I do. I don't give a you see. So now let's start out with this because this is what I do. So like we had said, who is it taught by? Mom and mom. Huh? Dad and dad. Huh? This is what you want to teach my kids at school, huh? How does that work? Yeah, I said it. So anyhow, I do believe that these things are taught or should be taught at home, right? So in that being said, LGBTQIA, sometimes Z, yeah, I mean, when you have love in the house and you have positions in the house, missionary or what, who knows?
I was gonna say back shots, but
Right. Well, we don't know who. We don't. It could either be back shots or scissoring. Yeah, I mean, we don't know. We cannot assume. Yeah, I mean, but
you have to do that.
yeah, it could either be.
He had to.
So we don't know. I'm just trying to be responsible. But you know, I do believe that they should be like, I guess, inherited like without words. It's just in, you know, you just see it, and a lot of this is cultural too. You know, like I definitely think it should be taught, but the problem is, it's like, what if you don't have two? You know, that's an actual thing. So
If you don't have tools, you said
two. You know, if you don't come from a
two-parent household. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a great segue. Like for later. Like, what if you were raised in a one person? Can you be taught effectively?
Ooh.
Okay, but continue
Like
what you're
that.
saying.
Like that, definitely got to touch that. But yeah, so I think it could be difficult. You know what I mean? I think generally people kind of go on what they saw at home, and I believe that may be one of the most difficult things to do if you date outside your culture, because then now you're bringing in, well, my mother paid the bills and she was very dominant in X, Y, and Z, and my father, you know, handled other things in the household and he did X, Y, and Z. So how do we make that forge? And that's why, to sum this all up, and I think the greatest thing to do is have marriage counseling, you know, and fuck marriage counseling. Like, if y'all are together for a certain period of time, you should just have counseling, period. You know, I think that's very helpful, even if you're in a long-term relationship, just to make it to that stage of possibly getting married or moving in. You should probably get counseling before you move in, you know?
Well, you know, the generation before us probably wouldn't agree that we should move in before being married.
Right.
Like,
right.
I think our generation more so would be more understanding if our kids are like, oh no, I'm gonna go live with my mate for X, Y, and Z amount of time, and then figure out if I wanna, yada yada yada. So I like this comment, so I just wanted to make sure I put it up there. I agree. I think that we should definitely have someone to teach us. I'm not sure if it should be like science, math, and social studies type teaching, or if it should be from mommy and daddy, or auntie and uncle, or big brother, big sister. Like, I don't know who exactly needs to be the teachers, and I don't know if that matters. Like, if this is a subject in school, does that matter? Because you don't have necessarily your love for your teacher. You may think they're really cool and your favorite teacher or whatever, but you may not have love for them, as opposed to calm down, okay? People beating their wives and wives beating their husbands have been happening for many, many decades and generations, long before me, and will continue after me. However, I understand, I guess. But I think that we all should be taught. But by whom is my question. Like, okay, if I agree with the notion that we should be taught, who's doing the teaching? Because I feel like that plays more or has more of an impact than the conversation itself.
Yeah.
But I agree. To summarize, I agree. We should be taught. My next question would be, who's going to teach us? So, Tony, what do you say?
I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the situation. I think that relationships are relationships, and if it works, it works. Although with your platonic relationships or your familial relationships, you may not be intimate with these people, but it, works if you are, speaking with them or whatever the case for an extended period of time, right? So I think the same for someone that you want to become romantically involved with. That isn't necessarily taught. It's just like kind of like basic social skills almost. And maybe that's modeled by our parents and how they behave. But I'm not sure. I'm thinking about my own childhood from personal experience. Like, I didn't really see my mom around like a lot of friends like that or whatever the case, but I'm very personable. So I tend to have several groups of friends.
I don't like none of them bitches either. Tell them I said that. I said that shit.
Maybe it's a Capricorn thing then, huh?
Whoa.
Yes, I believe so. I believe so.
Whoa.
Just saying.
Why do we have to always go there?
Because it's the truth.
Rude.
Mm-hmm. So
rude.
I don't know. I feel like if I'm going to be a spouse, and I was a spouse for a very long time, I wasn't taught anything and it wasn't modeled for me in my home. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I didn't teach my girls or my son how to be a spouse. I just told them to be good people and not be an asshole.
You're really sounding like a Democrat right now. I'm just kidding. No, I'm only joking. I'm only joking, Karen.
Did you
call me Karen?
She's about to get the fucking manager. Keep fucking acting up. Call the fucking manager soon. But do you think that do you think the fact that you weren't taught maybe led to the demise of the relationship?
No. Mental health is very important, and I'll just say that.
And sometimes you got to lose 350 pounds to get your health back. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Child,
so let me interject here, Tony. I think that's a
You want to put what where? Nasty.
Please and thank you.
I might be receptive to that.
We'll be ending at 9:34. It's 9:33, by the way, just to let you guys. Nah, but I think that's not spoken about enough. You know what I mean? And especially when it comes to having a relationship, because back in the day, God, previously, the back in the day thing shows my age. That, I shouldn't be 28 saying back in the day, but
I thought that's how old you guys were. I was the 40-year-old, and you guys were in your like mid to late 20s, right?
28.
Okay.
Again, I'm definitely in my 20s again.
Okay.
Again. No, but they claim that so you get into a relationship with baggage, and that was the terminology that they put on it, just baggage, but what's in the luggage. So I think a lot of that was comprised of how we deal with stuff as opposed to what actually is the makeup. So we all have baggage, but it's how we actually deal with that. So that can lead to a lot of tumultuous things. Like now I'm trying to forge my life, and so let's give me an example. I enjoy hanging out. I enjoy being sociable. What else do I do? I like gambling. Yeah, I be
drunk
drinking.
and hit on random women at random clubs.
They're not random because I know them. I know them after
5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I know them. I bought them a drink. I know them.
I know them. They don't know me. That's the difference. I listen. I mean, I know them, so they're not random. I'm random to them. They're not. Random.
We call you random shin.
But so I think what happens is I'm trying to forge my life with all my vices and my luggage, and then we have another person doing the same. How do we do that if the other person is not working on themselves, or if I'm not working on myself? Now we have just this is the definition of tumultuous. Basically, it's like a tornado, and then we're going in circles. You know what I mean? And we're looking for the same result going in circles. So I think that's a very big point.
A random doc. Thank you.
You know who that is? I know who that got it. Let me see if that's Nikki with the. Oh,
it's not.
It's
not actually.
Okay.
Look at you. Look at you being a fucking hater.
Hey, Walt, don't fuck around, man.
Oh, Walt's back. What's up, Walt? Who's in here anyway? So I can say hello because I don't know. I can't see nobody's name is.
Oh, you better go on fucking.
Jazz is here. Walt is here.
Hi, Jazz. Hi, Walt. Welcome back, Walty. We ain't see you in years.
Walty, you see, this is why a real man can't say why on the name. Walty, how you doing, Walty? You know what I mean? That's what I'm just saying. If a guy is saying putting a Y on the end of his homie's name, yeah, that might be a Sugarfoot, yo. Sweet. You know what I mean?
My brother always said that's why he changed his name. He's like, my name Chris. He said, what do women like to do? Put an E on the end, put a Y on the end. He's like, so I was gonna be Chrissy. He said, fuck that. And then walking through the hall, told my son, hey, Chrissy. I said, well, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So I want to give a little history on marriage. I hate history. It was my least favorite subject in school. However,
maybe not.
Fix your face. However, I feel like it's important to understand how the institution of marriage has changed over the years and time. So very, very long ago, women weren't even counted as people, right? We had no rights.
Property.
Correct. So we were married off. So that way it was one less mouth to feed in our, the family or whatever. And the husband would then take care of
the new box.
The wife. Right. Later on, I want to say maybe up to the 70s-ish is when women were still able to stay at home, take care of the home, because you were taught to be like a homemaker or something, a homemaker and a mother. So you learned how to cook, how to clean, and so on, or whatever the case. And it was financially I'm not wording right now. You were financially able to do that. Then the 80s came, and unfortunately a lot of homes were dismantled because of all of the stuff that happened in the 80s. Correct. And the war on drugs, Reaganomics, et cetera, et cetera. So a lot of that changed, and so women now had to go to work, right? Because you have to support your family. And kind of flash forward to today, it's like, so women and men are working. And unfortunately, women are still carrying, and I'm not saying all, but there's a good majority of women, because I've seen enough memes and people comment under these memes and videos and so on, of women having to bear the load of working as well as taking care of the house and taking care of the kids.
They have to
And the
bear
man
the
works as
load.
well.
They do.
So I'm just wondering,
What's the point of having the training? Is that what you mean?
right?
But I feel like, okay, so in terms of the training, it's not just women learning how to be wives, it's men learning how to be husbands.
Woo!
So it's a two-way street, and which is why I bring it back to who is doing the teaching. Now, I think with speaking with the word indoctrinate, I think that they indoctrinate us in this country with many of things, right? Even starting with pledging to the flag. I remember growing up where the bell would ring and you would have to stand up and pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And you had to do that before the school day even began, because that was that click of, we're starting this. You got to do this. This is what's happening, right?
Right.
So, and then we're indoctrinated with specific history stories, specific math, specific science, and the list goes on. So I think that if we can tell people how to think about math, science, social studies, X, Y, and Z. And then there's a lot of people that are like, oh no, history is history. History is history. And I'm like, no, that's our history. If you go to other places, that history is different. That history is told completely differently. So it's our history, and it's told and taught by our teachers the way that the curriculum makes it. So if we could do that, then we could teach people how to be husbands and wives still. Like, I don't think that that's something bad, because just like math and science, a lot of people struggle in those classes and they end up not using it henceforth, except for basic math and science. It's the same way. If you have to sit through a love and marriage course, or courses as you go on throughout school, you may or may not use it. You know what I'm saying? You may hear all the information and go, I definitely don't want to fucking get married. Or you may hear it and go, I definitely want to get married, just like any other subject in life. So I definitely think that it should be a unbiased, I've been drinking, fuck you, but a non-biased person to teach you those things. Because if you learn from your parents, you're also going to learn their mistakes and their hangups and their hangovers and their problems, their issues, those things in that luggage. You're going to take on those burdens as well. Because that's what happened with a lot of females. Like, speaking about single parent homes, if you're raised by a single female who hate her baby daddy, that's the outlook of life that you're going to be given while being raised by that female. Like, oh, don't trust no nigga. Niggas ain't never gonna do shit. And then she's gonna have all these negative connotations about men because that's her experience. So imagine she's the only one that's teaching you how to love, and she doesn't know how to love herself.
Yeah.
So
I think that it would be important to know not only who teaches the course, so to speak, or these life skills, perhaps, right? But also it would be important to know what the curriculum entails.
I think the curriculum would entail, you go through levels. So you start with basic communication, then you advance to communal communication, how how to communicate with people that are different from you, different races, nationalities, X, Y, and Z. And then it will go into how to communicate with your partner and what that looks like. You know, and if there's steps and levels just like every other course. You know, you get introduced to it, and then in your day-to-day life, you figure out if you want to master it or not. And then you go back and you get a little bit more information to figure out how to master that part and continue. So I would have loved to learn how to manage money in school, manage my attitude, manage stress, you know, things that actually are going to help you with succeeding in life henceforth. Because learning how to be an employee does not help you with learning how to manage life. Because just because you can make money don't mean that you can make a life for yourself.
So I will say this, Candy, right? So I agree with that 100%. I agree with a lot of what y'all saying. You know what I mean? So the financial part is probably one of the most important. See, to my knowledge, right, my beliefs, we don't need to be taught so much how to maybe be a husband or a wife, or to be a spouse, so to say. What we need to like be taught really is like the financial, and the emotional. You know, those are very two big things, and they like to teach political. And if you go to a private school, you might be taught spiritual, but financial and emotional are like the two keys, because those truly are what they should is what we have separation of church. Yeah, I mean, from the government. Yeah, I mean, church and state. Exactly. Thank you. So what happens is like a lot of the marriage, like, so I've heard a lot of the qualms that they have comes to like finances. So if I know how to be financially responsible, that's probably out the window right now, as far as, you know what I mean, us arguing over finances. Now, emotional. Now, if I know how to get my mind right, also, I could probably put to bed some of the demons that I have, vice versa, the lady or that I'm dating as well, or whatever they dating. You know what I mean? They could put those to bed. And then just naturally, we could just be a better me, and then be a better them. And then it doesn't matter who you are. Yo, LGBTQIA and sometimes Z. This is what you see what the fuck I'm doing. And then it don't matter who you dating. You know what I mean? Man for man and woman for woman. For those that don't know the yard talk, that's man for man and woman for woman. And it doesn't matter who you date. Because it's like, yo, I already put to bed the finances. I already put to bed the emotional. Now, emotional, we can never put to bed. But the finances, we can truly learn a discipline. But emotional, things will always change. And that's why teaching people how to be with people is one of the most difficult things, because we as people continuously grow and change. So that'll be the hardest.
But I like what you said, put to bed, because that's like the second reason for, you know, divorce. The second leading cause of divorce is lack of sex or intimacy in the relationship. So hopefully you do put her to bed, because then you don't have no problems in that area. I'm gonna put you to bed. Oh.
Yeah, I'll be doing that.
And Mama rock your body. You know the words.
Those were good words.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I
like that version.
I be wording.
You do.
I be
wording
too.
I be wording.
Remix.
Okay. Remixes, you just need to know kind of the area that I'm in, not the block or the house.
Not specific.
Just the area.
We like generalizations.
I wouldn't even say not specific. I would say more not Pacific, because it's going to be like an ocean in that motherfucker. Real.
Okay. All right. I see what you did there. Learning skill. That's what you had learned it. You had learned it English at school. Yeah.
Okay.
I never learned it English. So
He'd be learning.
I be learning.
I think that there is a change happening in schools now, as far as teaching coping skills and emotions and things like that in the classrooms. I know at least in New York, at least, especially like when COVID hit. I don't know if it happened prior to or whatever the case, but a lot of like social emotional learning is happening in classrooms. I see around like my school in particular that there's a lot of like posters and things like that that advert or promote rather mindfulness and healthy ways to cope and things of that nature. So I'm wondering if that could be like the foundation of, you know, the healthier mindset, because a lot of people in general, men, I would say more so, do not attend mental health treatment. They don't want to go to therapy. Men, a lot of men tend to be against it. I'm not saying all, I'm saying a lot. And I think,
are we speaking about a specific like race or creed of man?
yeah, specifically Black and brown men are tend to be against mental health. They don't believe in therapy. Huh?
I said still to this day, there's been so many campaigns about Black men like rallying behind things of that nature.
You know, those who know, but not everyone is enlightened, unfortunately. And I think that it's what's the word? It's I don't even know the word right now.
Taboo?
Huh?
Taboo?
It's definitely taboo. There's also the stigma behind what mental health means. You know, it doesn't mean that because you're going to a therapist, you're going to be in therapy for the rest of your life. It doesn't mean that you're going to be on medication. It doesn't. There's so many like stigmas against therapy, especially in Black and brown communities. It's more of a, you know, go to church or, you know, do other things that will help get rid of whatever these feelings are. And that just doesn't work, especially if you grew up in an environment that isn't conducive to expressing your emotions and understanding your emotions and so on and so forth. You know, I know when I was growing up, it was like you're seen and not heard. So you don't speak unless you're spoken to, you don't ask questions, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, that's not an environment to speak, right? So how do you learn how to do that when you get older? Yeah. You have to learn it some way, somehow, or understand that this wasn't right. Wow. And this is the better way to handle things.
This is the way. First of all, I want to shout out motherfucking Nook in the building. You know,
I know.
Yo, shout out to the Higher Minds podcast. You know what I mean? If you want to go find some other good content, go check out the Higher Minds podcast. You know what I mean?
I like it. I love it.
Same.
Second, I want to say,
I think Higher Minds should have us on.
That's what, I was chopping up with him. I was chopping up with him the other day. Yeah. I actually seen a boy in Jersey. I was like, okay. But so like Nook has said, there's definitely a shortage of therapists of color. I mean, that's 100%. I mean, because you kind of many times, but I will say this. So you also said that it's not something that you'll do forever.
Yeah.
And a wise person knows, or somebody that has been to therapy knows that, that will be forever. Yeah, I mean, therapy forever. Yeah, I mean, because the same way you be like, I gotta go to church. I gotta go. Yo, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. The pastor probably fucking your wife, man. All right, don't go back there. You know what I mean? Don't go back there. You know what I mean? And then you paying him. You paying him because now you're giving tithes. I mean, I'm just saying. Let me not digress. Because I mean, some of y'all churchgoers gonna be mad at me because you know he's smashing your wife at Bible study. Nah, I'm only joking. I'm fucking around. He fucking around too. She fucking around too.
They fucking around.
They fucking around. But it was some real shit. Like you gotta it's a lifelong thing, and you'll know.
Can I interject really quick?
Of course, yes, love.
I don't mean that working on yourself is not a lifelong thing. I
No, going to
mean,
the therapist is a lifelong thing.
not necessarily.
It should be. It should be. And I'll tell you this, and don't ever interject again. Yeah, I mean,
You know what?
nah, because you know why? Because so watch this, right? So if I have learned to clear my suitcase out, right? So I cleared my suitcase out of the luggage. You know what I mean?
It's like clearing your colon.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Ain't nobody clearing my colon. Yeah, maybe after I'm 40. I'm not gonna lie. That's another taboo thing. Yeah, they gonna top to bottom me at some point in my life, and I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? By consent. It is what it is. By consent. You know what I mean?
You have to be healthy.
Wait, you
I don't know.
said you gonna be a bottom?
Huh?
You said you was gonna be somebody's bottom?
No, they're gonna top and bottom me. So I'm gonna, you know what I mean? It's not as bad
So you
when
gonna
they
be
top
somebody's bottom?
Yeah. You see?
Hi,
You're not-
Riggs.
Riggs, why you outside, Brethren? Look, as I
You heard
start
what your cousin said, right? Somebody finna bottom him.
see, and
Somebody about
you
to
know
make
what?
him his bottom.
And you know what? And that's exactly why when that man pass gas, it smell like sewage a back up. You know what I mean? You got to get your clothing right. But listen, so if I'm getting rid of my baggage from the ages of maybe 12 to 25, so what? I'm no longer getting baggage? No.
No.
I need to cleanse my baggage again, because there's always going to be obstacles. And this is what you call, maybe you call it this, ladies and gentlemen. Instead of saying you're going to the therapist, say you're going to the spiritual advisor. Somebody to advise, or just an advisor, somebody to advise you when you have newfound baggage in your life. You know what I mean? New stuff. I'm in a relationship. I got a new job. You know what I mean? I'm trying to buy a house. I'm trying to do whatever. And you will continue to go there. And if you go to a therapist, you'll notice like, yo, it's okay to go there again. And you'll start to go again when you feel like you have been, quote unquote, cured of your past transgressions. So I think it's dope to continuously go there like once a year, like a checkup. You know what I mean? Why are you checking up on your body once a year, or maybe twice? You get a pap smear, mammogram, and a physical. But why you not checking up on your mind just as much? And that controls everything else. So I definitely agree, Tony. It's taboo or whatever, but yo, you're gonna be going there for a very long time. You know what I mean? And I need to go get a nice little appointment, because I got plans that I'm trying to do, and life
So you can
starts
get
to
bottom.
attack. Nah, not the bottom check, not the bottom check. All right. So I think it's dope. And once you go to your spiritual advisor, ladies and gentlemen, continue to go. I mean, follow up, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And this is
I think that in different phases of your life, you will go. I've been in therapy a few times, maybe like 3 or 4 times in different periods of my life. And I think that it depends on what the person is going through, right? So if you have the point of going to therapy is so that way you not just talk about what you're going through, but also to learn and accumulate some skills that's going to help you with whatever difficulties and challenges that you may be experiencing, right? So if you learn them, you're supposed to practice them, right? And if you continue to practice them, then you'll be able to recall them later in life when other difficulties or challenges arise. Now, if at that point you feel that they're not working and you need to go back to therapy, that, completely, absolutely. Or even if you want just a check-in, completely, whatever, it's there for you. Like you said, it's like your medical health. Why can't you check on your mental health as well?
100%. I mean, so Tony, you know what a very big issue is, right? So men generally, and this reaches the broader topic of like love and marriage, right? So women, right, they'll tend to speak with their counterparts. You know what I mean, their friends or whatever, and be like, yo, this is going on. You know what I mean? And they get advice probably from women that probably shouldn't even be fucking talking. You know what I mean? Probably shouldn't even be fucking talking. You know what I mean? Whereas men, a lot of that shit is bottled up. You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of want to, you know what I mean? You want to get somebody that's unbiased, you know what I mean? That doesn't know anything about what's going on. And they're just going to tell you the real. They're going to break it down. Maybe you're thinking too much, or maybe whatever the case may be. And that's why I say it's great to even go back when it's just, yo, I'm about to start a new job. Yo, you know what? My child, he or she, I got a she. So she's starting to get to the age of talking back more, being a little bit more controlling. Yeah, I mean, so you want to kind of go there and you kind of want to reset, you know. So it's not so much. I think that's the problem with people's views on therapists. We don't go there to try and solve the problem forever. We just go there to solve one issue at a time. One issue at a time. Yeah, I mean, and there's going to be numerous issues as we live through this life, as we navigate and as we speak and talk to people. And that's why I see it to be so beneficial to say, you know what? Yo, once a year, I'm going to go there. I'm going to chat with somebody. And that's probably why podcasts and all this social media is so great for people, because they actually have a stream. Yeah, I seen this girl, yo. Oh, girl had, yo, her face looked like, yo, you could play the fucking ukulele on her face with all these pimples. But she went in there and she's there and she finds so much courage and she's on there. But that's like her therapy. She finds so many great comments, but yet obviously there's so many bad comments. But a lot of times we just look for people to actually socialize with. I mean, so I think that's the great part of actually going to, like, you know what I mean, a therapist, especially before you plan on doing any type of marriage or being in a relationship. You really want to get somebody that's not in your situation, that does not know you, and you could bounce ideas off of them, and then you want to continue that. So you can tell me nothing, motherfucker.
I think just like every other okay, good. Just like every other relationship, like you have to find the therapist, spiritual advisor, homie, whatever you want to call the person, life coach, counselor. You have to find the person that works best for you. And it's just like dating. Like you might have to go through a few frogs to find your prince. And so I think that because that there's a process, I don't know if that is so much of a stigma now. I think that sometimes people maybe have tried it, but tried it with the wrong person and got negative results. And so they don't want to put their ass back out there.
Hi, Mandy.
Hi, Mandy. Poo poo da boo 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 da boo.
Hey, I said Mandy.
And I
agree with you, Candy.
You know, since it is a process that most people kind of become lax about it, and then they're like, yeah, you know, I'll fix it on my own, or, you know, I'll get to it when I have to get to it. Kind of like your car, like you see the light blinking every day and you're like, shit, I've been going back and forth to work for the last 3 weeks. I'm good. And then that bitch go, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, exactly. And that shit start, you're in the middle of the highway, just a shaking and the vibrating. And then you're like, damn, I guess I need a new blah, blah, blah. I guess I'll go for a tune-up. So sometimes people approach their body the same way that they approach their cars. You know, it's kind of like, I see it, but I'm not like broken down at the side of the road yet. So I'm gonna wait for that. And then I'll go figure it out from there. And that's cool. However, you know, it might cost a little bit more money by the time you get to that point. And it might cost you a little bit more time by the time you get to that point. And I think it's the same with our mental health. And, you know, even though I've studied psychology for many, many years, and I'm a student of psychology, constantly learning and understanding about the mind and the brain and how people think and work and operate, I still have a hard time going to therapy. So I also understand that part of it as well, because it's like, number one, you finna tell me what to do. I don't want it. I don't care. Don't tell me what to do. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do. You don't know my life. So I have that built up, but, you know, trying to balance what actually makes sense to actually do, even though you may not like it, you may have to still, you know, you may not like paying X amount of dollars for an oil change and a tire rotation, but that shit gonna help you a lot more if you get it done now when you just kind of need it instead of when you fucking need it. So, and this is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah. Funny that we kind of grooved into that, but all right. So we talked about.
Wait, really quick.
Oh,
I just want to definitely advocate for therapy. If you feel that you need therapy, definitely get one.
Yes.
Also, just to touch on what you, Candy, said, that your therapist is there to just tell you what to do. If that happens, find another one.
Yeah, that's not their job. Yeah.
Not at all. Shenny, also the same with you. If
Don't
your
come for me,
therapist gives
baby, unless I
you,
let you.
you want me to come for you, you
Please.
do. It's a fun time. If
so depressing.
if your therapist gives you advice without you asking for it, find another therapist. Find another therapist.
Yes.
It's like going to a doctor and you get different opinions. Like you don't like this person's opinion or you want a second opinion. That is quite all right. That is your right.
Yep.
You should feel comfortable speaking to this person and being able to share whatever it is that you need to share to go through whatever you need. And if you feel that you're not getting your needs met, have the conversation with the person or move on. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's some great advice. I hope I take our advice tonight because I definitely need a mental health checkup.
Call me,
I think
baby.
we all could use one.
Yeah.
But
one quick thing before you go. Yo, men, women, women tend to do this to my knowledge and my belief more than men. Yo, let me tell you something, man. Go watch Lion King by yourself. Don't let nobody disturb you. Or go watch Green Mile. And just let out a God. Just let out a tear if you got to, man. Just get it. Or go in the shower, put on No Woman, No Cry, and just let out a cry. Yeah, I mean, for real. You be amazed.
Because everybody cries at Lion King. I happen to agree.
Hey, come on now.
Everybody cries at Lion King.
Sorry, I had to cut you off, Candy. But
that's fine. That's
get
okay.
that out there.
I understand. Makes sense. Excuse me. So we spoke about like, should it be taught and by whom? And now, do we think that both men and women would need this tutelage?
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about what happens if you're in a single parent household or something.
Oh, we could do that too. But before we head there, can we answer that and then get to that?
Yeah. I like that.
You said who would do it?
That both, like men should be taught how to be husbands, and women should be taught how to be wives.
Yeah.
What about y'all?
I think that people should be taught how to be good people.
Oh, no, don't come. No, yo, hold on. Yo, don't blood clot come with all them fucking political LG and all them.
I'll
things.
be who I want to be. I don't want to be.
Yeah, but even if two men get married, they still call each other
husbands, of course.
So I'm not. I didn't
specify anything. It's not that the men are being a husband to a woman specifically. It's just a husband in general. Correct. I just think that people should be taught how to be good people. I think people should be taught how to emotional learning. I feel that people should be taught coping skills, how to deal with stressors and different kinds of like challenges in life, because life will throw you some shit. And you just got to keep trekking because life goes on. Yeah, I don't know if financial literacy, like Shin was saying earlier, I think that's important as well. I don't know if I would want to be taught that in particular. Personally.
I mean, I didn't want to be taught history or social studies.
Yeah.
Or a lot of things, but I was taught those things. So
yeah.
And again, like as I was saying, I think of it more in terms of being in a classroom and this being something that you now have the knowledge of. If you choose to use it or not is on you, but you have the knowledge of this topic.
I'd rather bring back home ec. Let's bring that back so that people can know how to cook.
They took it away for real, for
Away.
life?
It hasn't been in for years.
Because
Um,
because so many people said that was kind of like you're teaching a female class, like it's genderized.
Let me tell you something, man. I ain't never took. First of all, I would never take woodshop because I'm a bad man. But I took home ec. You know what I mean? And home ec was what? Yo, I can flip the egg like I love home ec. You know what I mean? Love that shit, yo. Love to
let's
cook.
bring that back. Let's bring in the classrooms how to write a check.
How about we? You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm
Or
gonna
mail
do
a
it.
letter.
I'm gonna do it.
Right. How to appropriately address a letter on an envelope.
Okay. How about we? You know
How to go on an interview.
I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it, guys.
I think you should.
How about
Live
we
your
bring
best
two
life.
genders back?
Bring what?
Two genders. How about we bring that back?
You're going too far.
Oh,
That's what she said.
I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm just saying. We want to bring all this. We want to bring all this stuff back, right? So I'm gonna dive into what we should be taught. So we want to bring all this stuff back, right? We can't bring anything back because we're going forward. So now,
Well, look at you. Look at you with your words of wisdom today, honey.
so it's not about bringing anything back, but we need to realize: is it beneficial for us as a human race? And then we need to implement. Let's implement as opposed to bring back. Yeah, I mean, home ec. First of all, they got Uber Eats, baby. Home ec is dead. Yeah, I mean, home ec is dead. All right.
Did you say Uber Eats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like I think my son had home ec. That's why I'm like, I don't think it's gone. I
Maybe
think
in the South, but definitely not up here.
don't do that.
Thank God for them red states, baby. Just saying. You know what I mean? Fuck these blue states. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. If you
You're
don't,
teaching the kids what they really need to know.
yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. And if y'all don't agree with me, yeah, I mean, fuck you. Okay, I don't give a fuck. All right, right? Because y'all the same ones that's complaining about the crime rate and all that other shit. All right. Motherfuckers getting robbed out here, getting ran down on. Like, well, shut the fuck up, okay? Shut the fuck up, all right? Cut the shit. You know what I mean? What we need to be teaching, and Tony, I agree 100%. We need to teach people how to be good people. But you know what the problem is? That's relative. What's good to you is not necessarily good to me, mama.
That's true.
That's why we need to teach them how to be with somebody as opposed to who they want to be with. Teach you how to be with somebody. How do you relate to people? You know what I mean? And that's why I say, you know what, to teach in the class, they used to teach you sex education in class.
They
Dare
did.
stay away from drugs. Are they teaching that anymore? There's a lot of fentanyl out here. Like, it's crazy.
I don't know.
Like, they should tell you, okay, so weed is legal. Watch out for what you smoke, how you smoke, who you smoke after, where you get it from, all that type of stuff. Yeah, I mean, so it's like, I think a lot of things should be taught in a household. What I believe is what I teach. But also the problem with that is I have certain views, and I understand that they may be controversial. And no, my name ain't Candy. Yeah, I mean, so I believe in certain type of relationships between people, and I don't instill that in my daughter because that's what I believe. So if you know that certain things are kind of on the fence, on the border, then I think you should have the wherewithal to leave that out when you're raising your child. You could have your beliefs. Don't be so strong, and you're better off leaving it with no name when you speak about those things, as opposed to saying, no, this needs a name, mommy, daddy. Like, yo, it doesn't matter. So I get you, Tony, and I know you're probably like paraphrasing and you're doing it less because I know you don't. I mean, I know you don't be going in like that. Yeah, I mean, as a woman, you ain't supposed to go in. Niggas supposed to go in you. Yeah, I mean, so me, I'm gonna say it like I'm gonna go in. Right? That's what I do by nature. Be responsible humans and look out for the best interest of not only yourself but others. And like the Bible says,
what?
do unto others as you want them to do unto you. You know what I mean?
I don't know,
And it's
but
a different world, many cultures. So that may be difficult. But cast no judgment on nobody. You know what I mean? Live with
well, then
love.
we go back to the whole, well, what about a single parent household? So can a single parent teach her kids how to appropriately love? You know, and I'm saying vast majority, not saying that there's not going to be those anomalies who are able to do so, but speaking in terms of the broadness of spectrums that we have, I think that if you in particular have a failed relationship or whatever, um, you may be carrying some of those burdens into your lesson plans. And so to try to now teach your kids how to love somebody else. And then, you know, you may have a smart ass kid, like how the people say I was. And I may be like, well, how are you going to tell me about something that you didn't succeed at? Like, how are you going to tell me about a marriage and in terms of the world's view of success, you didn't succeed at it? You know what I mean? Why should I listen to you? So I feel like it gets a little more entangled when it's your parents teaching you X, Y, and Z, because it's gonna come from their point of view. I think that just like in any course, you have other materials, other tools, and things to grasp and hold on to further your knowledge. And I think that that's what your parents would be, but they wouldn't be the baseline. The baseline, in my opinion, will have to come from somebody who doesn't know you. And they're just talking to you in terms of, as Tony said, this is how you treat another person, another human. And then as you get on, like I said, with the courses, you'll learn more specifically gender roles or just how men should treat women and how women should treat men, you know, things of that nature. And that may be an old concept because so many people are non-binary, and I appreciate that. But even when gay people get married, there's one who's more dominant, more masculine, one who's more feminine. And there's a reason for that, because we're used to seeing masculine and feminine energies coming together to make the yin and yang of things. So I don't care about your body parts. I'm just talking about the energy that you're going to bring toward the relationship. So if you feel like you should go into fathering classes, you were born a female, but your mind and your body says you're more masculine, then go into fathering classes. I mean, that has nothing to do with me. Like, that's your choice, and that's fine. Thank you.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
But I still believe that if I had that baseline knowledge, just like I have a baseline knowledge of science and politics and math and English and writing, then that sets a bar for me.
Yeah, I dig it. I think in America, that's one of the most difficult things because we're made up of such a diverse population. So that's like, so in a place like America, I think that would be great. Yeah, I mean, like that's something that I think should be implemented. Yeah, I mean, whether it's to be a good person and I think a lot of being a good person comes from just your mental health, like where you are as just a person alone, no matter what you identify as. It's just like who you are as a person, you know. But in other cultures, it's kind of like it's like set in stone. And you know, like many countries, they try to like invade with their ideology and try to shift and make things acceptable when things have been working for them, you know. And obviously there's been like, you know, like people shouldn't be treated a certain way, women shouldn't be treated a certain way in these countries, you know. So that's kind of like the fucked up part also. But I think it should be taught out here. I definitely do, because I think, you know, we're coming from a people where, you know, homes are, you know, quote unquote broken, you know. So single parent homes, they call them, you know, broken homes, you know. So I think that's dope. You know what I mean? Oh shit. Okay.
Oh,
Hey,
but when I was talking about, oh, let's make some love matches on the show, everybody shot me down, and y'all niggas didn't engage, but it's okay.
well, hey, don't be chatting now. Yeah, I mean, wait till the fucking show done. What the fuck you mean with? Hey, yo. Yeah, I mean, and second of all, yeah, I mean, she was just in my crib last week. Nah, that's a lie. That's a lie, though. That's a lie. I apologize. You know,
So immature.
I apologize for not nothing in her.
Oh God. Anyhow, Tony, do you think a single parent home can raise and teach children how to be married?
Sure. I don't see how they wouldn't necessarily. I think it all depends on the person. I think depending on the emotional maturity of the parent and how they're able to teach their children will will show if there's I can't word right now.
No, we get you. We get you.
There's a gnat that's around me and I keep getting distracted.
No,
so the emotional maturity of the parent, of the single parent, if they have that, then they would be able to teach their child how to also have emotional awareness and insight. And so I think that regardless of whether it's to teach them to be a wife, a husband, or whatever, teaching them how to have those interpersonal skills to develop those relationships and social skills, of course. And so, yeah, I don't see why it would be any different.
Do you think only married people should give married?
Yeah.
It's beautiful, Tony.
Thank you.
Do you think that only married people should give married people advice? Like, yeah.
I think it depends on what kind of advice and where that person is in life, because their perspectives could also be biased and or tainted. So, I think that, let's say, for example, if there's a woman who feels that her job is to serve her husband, and it's bad if you work and don't clean and take care of the kids and let your husband come home and you have a sandwich made for him, like, that's not the same perspective that I have. I'm sorry. If we're both working, then we both have to contribute to something. The whole burden can't be on me, right? And so I think it depends.
I think that I wouldn't necessarily want to take married people advice from a single person, just because you're in the same fucking boat as me. I mean, yeah, you could
I'm
tell
single.
me
You wouldn't take married advice from me?
I mean, but you were married, so you can you still have that background in understanding how it is to be with a partner for X amount of years, and the energy, work, and effort that it takes to stay with that person. So you still have that background knowledge. But if you're single and you're talking to me like, oh, this is what you got to do. You got to do these things. And it's like, well, why the fuck you ain't married? I mean, I just feel like it's very complex. Like, that's not, I don't know. It's like, I feel like I've never been married, so I can't give married advice. It's just like
not necessarily true.
I hear you. And I had this topic with one of my professors who's white, and she taught African American studies. And I mean, I said it to her in class. I said, let's talk about the elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? You're a white lady telling me about African American studies and Black history and stuff like that. Like, yeah, you could recite it and you can probably empathize as much as humanly possible, but you're not me, my nigga. Like, I can't call you my nigga. And you can't say my nigga back to me. And it's different if I had a Black African or a Black American or a Black or whatever you identify as telling me certain things, and I'm like, all right, you probably been locked up a time or two. You probably been, singled out a time or two. You probably been the only Black person in the room. Miss White Lady, when's the last time you've been the only Black woman in the room? Never. So for you to tell me certain things, but then I had to, and she talked about it, and she didn't shy away from it, which made me give her respect about the subject, But it's the same way, like you have people who don't have kids who are giving out parenting advice, and it's like, my nigga, and all your parenting advice is gonna come with a bunch of unicorns and rainbows because you've never been through it. There's times when you want to smack that motherfucker down, all right? And that's just what it is. You can call me a bad whatever you want to, and I'm fine with that.
You a bad bitch.
Shut up. Not that.
Oh, okay.
I meant bad parent, bad mother.
So I hear what you're saying. However, I think that if you have had a long-term relationship with someone, although it's not a marriage, it can parallel because it's about relationships. Whereas someone who maybe never had a relationship, that would be different, right? So I at 40 wouldn't take advice from a 15-year-old who's in their, relationship or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that wouldn't make sense. But it's not to say that someone else who has had relationships, specifically long-term ones or whatever the case, may not be that their advice wouldn't be valid, because it could be. It depends on the person, of course, and what kind of advice it is. And
I'm just saying, like, surface thoughts, like if you've been married for 30 years and you're teaching a course about marriage, I'm more inclined to believe and take what you're saying at face value and actually internalize what you're saying because you've been through it. And more than likely, regardless of what the curriculum says you have to say, you're going to give real live experiences of XYZ. It's kind of like me talking about being an
But then there's people who have been married for 30 years and have had horrible relationships, but they promote it like it's the best thing next to sliced bread. So I think it all depends on the person. Like people,
but some people like horrible relationships, though. Like that,
or some people like to speak and preach about what should happen, but they don't take their own advice in their own relationship.
But they took some type of advice because they're still in their relationship. So, like for me, I always feel like I can't give relationship advice because I just haven't been in a long-term successful one in order for me to say, this is what you should do, this is what you should do. But if we're going based off of what Tony says, which is just being a kind human to another person, well, yeah, I could talk about that. I have friends, as you all are, for many, many years. So, I have to have some type of interpersonal skills or some type of friendship skills in order to maintain the friendships that I've had. However, I don't relate the two. I don't think that just because you could be a good person to other people equals you could be a good mate with someone. I think those are two different life skills, and you have to be taught that there is a difference and how to handle the difference. Because your interpersonal skills with your friends, with your coworkers, they could be long-lived or short-lived. But your mate, when you get married, is supposed to be a lifetime experience that you're having. So with that being said, how are you going to teach me how to be with somebody for a lifetime? That's different. Oh, who's choosing violence? I choose violence every day. What up, nigga?
Oh, that's Nikki Doodle. Hi, Nick.
Oh, hey, Nikki. Not a nigger. Not a nigger.
You know what it is too, though. You see, I'm conflicted because both of y'all are making like great points, but a lot of times,
make the best point.
I'm trying. You know what the crazy shit is that sometimes the best teachers are those that have never even played the sport. The best coaches are the ones that never even played. and they can just see things and decipher things, but yet they cannot do that on their own, you know. So I'm like conflicted. Like I agree with both of y'all, and it's like I think that's the beauty of life, and that's the beauty of being a human, you know, is that you just never fucking know. Just never fucking know, you know. So I think we know the difference between somebody that's not, and I think Candy, you said a great point. And I don't know if it's true, but I can't say if it's true for you. But you said that you've never been in a successful relationship. So I think that's the greatest thing is like, yo, you know what? Is this person in a successful relationship, regardless of them being married, or was it successful? You know, so I think that's the deciding factor. And it's okay to listen, but to take advice is kind of like, do you really want to implement the things that somebody is teaching you when they have not been successful? I think that could be a downfall to the person that actually takes the advice. You got to know, yo, is it successful for them? I don't give a fuck what they did. Yo, you know what? Somebody could have tried something, and you know what? They're not successfully a millionaire, but they had put me on the game, and they taught me certain shit that, you know what, I can implement, and I can take myself to the next plateau, regardless if they actually got to the level that they wanted to.
I think that's a great like topic for future, like taking negative advice from people, like how to deal with understanding negative advice. Negative just meaning maybe you don't agree, or maybe it just literally was negative words that came to you, or just from somebody who had a negative experience, like, and what that looks like when you try to incorporate it into your own life.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, we had 10:30 people. Did you want to bring up that other random topic that you had real quick? Shin?
Nah, I think no.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. How do elephants fuck?
Ooh.
I should start doing that. I should have a little what's that? What are those things called?
A brain teaser?
Yeah, sure. A brain fuck. Let me.
Yeah, I like that. Ooh, huh? Yeah, we're gonna rock that down too. Ooh, okay.
Brain teaser. How do elephants fuck? I don't really have an answer, but it'd be great if somebody else did.
Yeah.
Too funny.
Thanks. Well, I think that we have came to the end. Any last final words from you people?
No, but I'm about to get my news and notes before we do. I worked hard on this.
Ooh,
We're not
yes.
skipping you, boo-boo. I'm just saying about the topic. I'm not trying to skip your news and notes, honey. We's not skipping your news and notes. Any final words, Shinti?
Nah, I just want to say, I don't give a fuck who y'all. I'm lying. I do give a fuck who. No, I don't give a fuck who y'all love. Just do it like it was you, you know. And when you're not doing it like it was you, understand that they're not gonna give a fuck. You know, that's the, you know, love how you want to be loved. You know, otherwise they're probably not gonna love you how you want to be loved. So that's it. I love this topic.
Okay, we'll go with that. I definitely think that it should be taught in schools, like a subject to be learned. I think that learning from our parents or the people closest to us might taint the way we hear it or taint the way it's taught. But I personally think I would have been a better mate if I was taught how to be a mate, not taught how to be a person, but taught how to be a mate.
That's real shit.
All right. So now heading over to our news and notes. Brought to you by The Sauce.
Thank you. Okay, guys. So, as a kid growing up, I know Sesame Street was one of my babysitters, so I'm pretty sure it was one of yours. And thankfully, the show is insightful enough to understand that representation matters. A new Muppet named TJ, who's Filipino, was recently introduced with his friend Ji Young, who's a Korean American Muppet that was introduced 2 years ago. So just wanted to say, okay, come through Sesame Street.
That's racist. Come true? Did you say
Huh?
come true? You said
Like
come
Kung
true?
Pao? Like
Come
Kung
true.
Pao? Kung Pao, Sesame Street.
How?
No, not come pal, like come through, okay?
Oh, okay. I thought you was being yeah, all right, don't worry.
No. I was not being insensitive. I was being appropriate.
Okay, cool. I apologize.
Who wants that on this show? Fuck
And
that.
then, y'all ready for some real shiggle shit?
Said it.
So, ain't nobody as gangsta as a Utah resident, Miss Corey Richins. Have y'all heard of her?
I ain't heard of that bitch.
Well, Miss Richins became a widow last year, March of 2022, and she wrote a children's book explaining grief based on 3 concepts: connection, continuity, and care, which her 3 young sons helped her to write. Well, a few weeks after appearing on a local television station to promote her book, she was arrested for her husband's death.
Woo! Didn't see that coming.
Right. The autopsy revealed lethal doses of fentanyl, and investigators discovered that Corey had been purchasing pills from a known drug dealer. Mind you, this was not the first time that she tried poisoning him. Her first attempt was a few years ago in a vacation in Greece, and just a month before on Valentine's Day. So just wanted to say it's terrible for those kids to have lost both parents, especially since their dad, Eric Richins, was trying to divorce her crazy ass and setting up finances for his kids' security. Yeah. Just before, like a couple days before she killed, like gave him whatever lethal dose, she changed his life insurance policy to be the sole beneficiary. And then he changed it back and made his sister this, yeah. So that way she could take care of the kids.
Damn.
Fucking crazy. How you kill your dude and then write a book and promote it like, yeah, grief is so important, my babies.
Right? She could have just took that insurance money and gone.
Is she can at this point, Shinny and I will guess that race stole that from the breast.
I mean, it's Utah. I don't think it's really difficult to do so.
I still wanted to guess
Oh,
the
wow.
right.
I didn't see a picture of. Oh no, I did see a picture of her.
Yeah.
I mean, but her name is Richard. Was it Richardson?
Richins.
Richins. Oh no, that kind of gives it away.
Mm.
It was Richard's son that we would have to be like, well, maybe it could be Brown.
No, Richins.
Well, his daddy might have been named Richard. I mean, and she killed Richard's son, so it makes sense.
Woo.
I mean,
It's just Richins though. Richins.
she was trying to get Richard. She was itching
She was gonna live by that name, child. She's not finna get Richins.
God
Riches
damn.
on riches on riches, riches on riches on riches. So now she gonna pull a whole Martha Stewart and she be like, oh shit, I was bad, my bad. But the thing is, since I got that first book deal, what I'm gonna do is I'm finna write another book. I'm finna write another book.
Fuck.
It's possible.
So y'all niggas is finna like it. So
It's gonna be a children's book for mommies that go to jail.
hello.
Yeah.
Because the baby's gotta know. The baby's gotta know where is mommy, and that's the
Right.
that's the title of the book. Where is mommy?
How sad is that? How sad is that? Them babies, like
Still
that's
have
who I feel
bars.
for.
Where is that?
Yeah.
Where is mommy behind
They should
bars?
have probably took a love and marriage class. Yeah, I mean.
I'm just saying, see, and now he was trying.
Actually,
to
she should have went to therapy because clearly she has mental health issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, no, she didn't have mental health issues. I think just like her. You say yes to me, nigga. That's the only yes you finna say. Next.
Yeah.
Next. If y'all see me on a headline, don't be like, "Oh, I'm so surprised she did that." Oh my god, don't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be.
Don't be surprised. I said yes, and so did you. One yes per person.
Yeah. Damn.
Well, is that the last of your news and notes?
Yes, that is the last of my news
That
and
was-
notes. Thank you, guys.
That was beautiful and awesome, and probably
Thank
one
you.
of your best.
Thank you.
Yeah, baby.
Good job.
Yeah, baby.
And now I'd like to present the one and only Dr. Shenny with his rant.
Woo!
I think I rhyme.
Ooh,
I don't know about that.
Mars.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Be careful. You'll be part of the Doc Shenny's rant, so just be careful, okay? Because we never know. So first of all, I'm not a practicing doctor. I just want to iterate that right there. If you do need help, I urge y'all to find it because this ain't the motherfucking place, okay? So I'm gonna tell y'all, like, listen here, motherfuckers. Take care of y'all communities, all right? I just want to say that. Help the old lady out the fucking with her groceries. Yeah, I mean, do what you gotta do. Cause it's wild times out here, okay? It's wild times. You know what I mean? And I don't want to say too much because if I do some shit out here, they're gonna be like, oh, they're gonna look at this and gonna be like, yeah, that's why he got rid of that motherfucker. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, okay? I'm gonna tell y'all this. Watch who the fuck you around, all right? Watch your neighbors, watch your mama, watch your daddy, watch your kids. Shit, as Tony just showed us, watch your motherfucking spouses, okay? Watch them. All right? So that's all I got. I just want to tell y'all, be on alert. Yeah, I mean, be on alert. It ain't safe. That's all I got. Yeah, I mean, that's all I love y'all. I love y'all, by the way. I fucking love y'all. I love y'all. You know what I mean, that's it. I gotta go.
All right.
Hug your loved ones a little tighter.
That was good, Chin. I almost understood the words that came out of your mouth. And so that's always a good thing. When that
I was coughing.
You got crabs again? Anyway.
Lobsters.
For sure. Well, shout out. Shout outs to all the May babies, all the Taurais.
Shout out to my baby girl who turns 24 tomorrow.
Woo!
Oh,
Lindsay.
yeah, Lindsay.
Mhm.
I was like, it's May. Oh, yeah. The big little one.
Shout out.
The big little one. I like the big little one. I got to make sure I call that one for her birthday. She ghetto, so I gotta call her like a West Indian. That's the only thing she understands. You be like, girl. Shout out to Mental Health Awareness Month. If you do not have a doctor, yay, happy birthday, Lindsay. If you do not have a doctor that you see on a frequent basis, I think that you should find one. Shen is not a doctor for you to see on a weekly basis.
Call me.
Please don't. Shout out to Asian Pacific Month. I think I shouted them out last month.
Pacific Islander, yeah.
Yeah. So this is their month. We're gonna shout them out. It's what it is. And shout out to anybody who make music, because music keeps the world going round.
Yes.
And I haven't made music in a long time, and I feel a little disheartened by that. So hopefully I tap back into making music. We should make this Make Music Month.
Oh, I like that.
Make Music Month. We're gonna start a new shit, yo. Make Music Month. Down. Gonna happen right now. Oh, and happy Cinco de Mayo. I don't think we should. Did we shout that out last week?
Yeah, we shout that out.
Oh, we did? Happy Spanish People Day, even though most Spanish people don't celebrate it. Whatever. Not my monkey. Not my circus. And I want to shout out to Shinny with the Henny, because anything is possible. Shout out to Tony with the sauce, because she gets saucy.
Woo.
Shout out to myself. You know what it is. Thank y'all for joining us. Hope you had a fabulous time. Hope you laughed. Hope you cried. Before you go, make sure you take a shot. Take a sip, take a puff, whatever you do. As long as we did it with you. Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Good night.